if I could sum up today in one word, it'd be empowering.
Inspiring.
Amazing. Thoroughly enjoyed the...
I think it's the start of a revolution in the way in which we deliver education in this country.
What happened over 2 days at the BALTIC Centre for Contemporary Arts in Gateshead wasn't your usual education conference. Hosted by the Edge Foundation, it began with an awards ceremony to designate the North East as the first region outside the US to become part of the Forward Next Generation Learning community. Brought to the UK by Edge, it's aimed at transforming students' experience of education to prepare them for the future.
Thank you again for everything that you have done and all that you will do for your young people and as a community. Share what's happening. Ask partners to share their stories and have students share theirs. There is nothing more powerful than hearing this from the student point of view.
Jessica, Clara and Alyssa, what skills have you been able to develop through our projects this year?
From PBL, I have developed a skill of communication, specifically with my own peers. I'm now confidently able to communicate with new people I meet and my peers.
If you were asking me how much I enjoy public speaking, it would be 7 out of 10.
I think, seeing as I always say that I feel more confident every time, this time I just feel like it's just normal, like talking to my parents or my sisters or something.
Next up, the start of 2 days working out how the kind of life skills that Sama and Alyssa are developing could be rolled out on a grand, even global scale.
Good morning, everyone. If I could ask everyone to start taking their seats, there's plenty of space.
100 original thinkers from 3 continents, brought together by core challenges. How can we make the curriculum more holistic, bring employers into the community, make kinder human beings?
Today's about learning from the best models in the world, many of whom are in this room. We want to keep sharing the lessons that we've learned here and that you've learned from each other. We want to get the best minds together in the world to try and redevelop what our plan would be if we had control of the education system here in the UK and elsewhere.
I think there is a moment where more people are looking to innovate and do things differently, which is really exciting. I think people are tired of the old systems. They're not fit for purpose anymore, thinking about the young people and the fluidity of careers that now exist and the fluidity of people's futures.
What I have seen and heard today is some illustrations of how many schools from across the world are approaching the need for young people to be better prepared for the world of work. We've carried out 2 case studies at XP and School 21. And we can see from these 2 case studies that not only are the young people very articulate, but also they're clearly very excited and enthusiastic about their learning.
I think that we've got more autonomy than we ever have had, and we just have to be brave and courageous and take some risks to take advantage of the freedoms that we've got. I mean, we still follow the national curriculum, but we don't have to. So that's something that we're not even taking advantage of. So I think we just have to look at the freedoms that we do have and take some risks.
That message is not lost on the North East. More schools are coming on board with Phase 2 of Edge Future Learning and the project-based and industry-friendly model they've adapted from the US.
This project will be perfect to actually get industries properly integrated within the curriculum, working with subjects, working with teachers, and ultimately giving the students the aspirations to go and realise what subjects lead into in terms of careers. There is a big need for our curriculum to show innovation. It's hugely important that students realise it's not just about the result that they get at the end of year 11 or the result they get at the end of year 13, but what they've learned and how that's going to shape their future and how that's going to lead them on into the careers and the jobs that are available currently that weren't necessarily available 10 years ago.
It's given staff a really exciting opportunity to be a bit more innovative with teaching and learning strategies and use it project-based learning can hopefully develop the student rather than just those academic qualifications.
Within the Ofsted framework, they are looking at behaviours and attitude and personal development, which really feeds into project-based learning, because it's not just academically what the learners are going to be learning, it's about seeing their kind of other skills, their soft skills, their kind of social skills, their personal skills being developed.
I talk to a lot of employers, and a lot of employers say that yes, they value GCSE qualifications, but they're also looking for in young people is the ability to problem solve, the ability to communicate, the ability to work in teams. And so project-based learning really develops those sorts of skills in young people alongside the ability to sit exams.
Success is the campaign. Day 2, and it's on the buses to visit local schools and colleges, some of them newly signed up to Edge Future Learning. It's a chance for our guests to hear about the challenges local educators face and offer their own insights.
It's a fight all the time. You can't challenge a child for like not even having a pen.
It's very insular, so this is a white working class area, and there's not many leave, and there's not many come in, to be honest with you.
A lot of what we are doing in the North East of Scotland is based around the key principles from Academies of Nashville, but also the key principles that Edge Foundation have added in around the Academies of Nashville models.
So what's the verdict from our international delegates on 2 intense days sharing problems and solutions?
It feels exciting, and it feels like there's all these people in the room, and it's a matter of capturing all of that energy, and I think we're going to do it.
There's certainly a need for a more formal network whereby we're able to come together and share best practices and also look at future opportunities so that we can grow all of our young people in a collective sense, because we share so much and have so much in common.
It's terrific to be here representing the Department of Education in New South Wales, and it's great to see people connected in education all over the world. I think that's where we need to go to move forward. We need to be open to the world.
I think as an educator to be here, it definitely gives me hope and inspires me to see that there are educators around the world grappling with the same thing that I grapple with as a principal. Makes me feel confident about where we're going in the world of education.
No one would deny there are huge challenges encouraging educators to adopt less traditional approaches. But if you could bottle the spirit from Edge's first international conference on the future of education, you could call it the essence of optimism.
Above all, I think it's been encouraging. It's really encouraging that in a world that's so full of negativity, we've got a group of people who are so enthusiastic and optimistic about the world in which we live in and how we might be able to improve it going forward. It's a real privilege to be in education, but it's also a major responsibility for the young lives that we support. So I pay tribute to every single one of you that's involved in that great venture.